know, he had like, I just dressed my best, send requests, but guess not to mess with the sense that I possess. You know, I learned that from Grandmaster Caz.
You want to know what's crazy? I heard Grandmaster Caz my whole life, and I never picked up on that. And it's crazy because Caz inspired a lot of people, Grandmaster Caz.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Man,
you know,
that's crazy. And so in your time, you on top of the world, like beyond on top of the world, who did you view as your competition, or was it not competition for you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because we're talking about the era of me, G-Rap, Rakim, and KRS. So I mean, I saw all of them as competition.
What did Big Daddy Kane think when he heard boom, 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 stone, ba-don't, da-don't? I came in the door, said it before, I never let the mic with that smooth, like, what was you thinking when that shit came on for the first time and Big Daddy Kane heard this new kid named Rakim?
I love the song. I thought the song was dope. I didn't realize how dope Rakim was until I Ain't No Joke. That's when I was like, oh, yo, this dude is nasty. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
You know, I tell this story. We went to, we took the trip. This is big for us because we would never leave our projects. But we took the train to the west side, which they call the High Bridge now, where A Boogie and them is from in the Bronx. It was 82 Park. And they played that for the first time, and everybody was doing the WAP to that. But we never saw the WAP in the South Bronx. Never seen it. I remember we was in the jam the whole time. First of all, blew my mind when I heard that first Rakim record. Like, I thought we was, I don't know, I thought it was Beethoven or fucking Picasso. Like, I couldn't believe it. And then it came with a fucking dance, Kane. It was you gotta dance. Like,
everybody.
And so I remember going back to our projects. We came back to the projects, and the next day they had a jam in our projects, and they played the song, and we start doing the WAP like we know it, and everybody start watching us, and everybody, those was the days.
Yeah.
Those were
usually when a song became a hit, someone would attribute some sort of dance to it. You know, like I remember, like Fresh is the Word was the joint they used to do the Happy Feet to.
Fresh is the Word.
Pee Wee Herman, to Pee Wee Herman, you know. But I mean, yeah.
The Bismarck dance.
You know, yeah.
The Bismarck dance.
Oh yeah, the Biz dance. Oh yeah.
And what was it about? Because I know you had told me you wrote a lot of the Biz stuff, but his beats, Biz's beats was like, they still incredible when I mean,
dude is a digger.
Production.
Nah, Biz is a real crate digger. Like, that dude go anywhere to buy records, and he know his stuff. He know his labels. You know, he know what label be having the heat. He know by like the producer. Like, he's that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? That could know like this jazz record, this soul record, because it's on this label or because this person produced it. Biz is the one that gave me the beats for Ain't No Half Stepping and Warm It Up Kane. Not
Warm It Up Kane, boy. Woo! That Warm It Up. I tell people, I hate saying the same story, but I remember that Bismarck brought you out. It was a club called Zodiac 2. Once again, it was around High Bridge. It was on Jerome Avenue.
Yep.
And it was you go upstairs. Nobody heard of you. You had the Rasta hat on, the white Rasta hat. And that night you did the Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. For the first time we ever heard that shit, I seen guys trying to run up the wall, like literally like defy gravity and run up the wall. What made you think of like, because I don't want to float all around, but with Pun used to do that dead in the middle of Italy, like it was a joke playing around. I almost forced him to put it on the song. He was like, yo, man, that's a joke. They're packing them back in the back. What made you say, I'm going to say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
You know, because it's like the way that I write rhymes is like what you hear on Half Stepping, on Raw, Warm It Up. That's the way I write. So like when I'm rocking with Biz Biz got a more like fun flow. So that we're more compatible, I had to like, switch my flow up a lot, to make it more party style. So like that was just one of the joints. Like I had a lot of joints like that, because it was like I didn't have a record, you know what I'm saying? I'm just coming out appearing in the middle of Biz show. So, I tried it once. I didn't listen to him and almost got booed, so I had to make my rhymes more fun because that was the flow of his show. I tried to come up there and spit that real hard shit and almost got booed.
Wow, man. I remember being at that show. I'll never forget that in my life. I have a couple, like, first time I ever seen Finesse bring Big L out. I brought out Pun. I brought the Eminem, the Outsiders brought out Eminem. You brought out Jay-Z. It was in like Studio 54 or something. That was the first time I ever seen Jay-Z on stage was with Big Daddy Kane.
Well, I had Jay on the road with me since 91. It was, even before then. You talking about, I think, like 93.
When I seen Jay-Z for the first time in a big stage, Big Daddy Kane brought him out.
Yeah, that was the posse for the movie Posse, the premiere party, and I brought him out and Buster at Studio 54. I know what you're talking about.
Studio 54. That was the
Studio
first
54.
time I had ever seen Jay-Z on stage, and you was like, "Yo, this is my man. He dope. He's nice. Whatever was the word there. Fresh was the word. He's fresh. You know what I'm saying? And Jay-Z come with that style. What was it about him that you said, did you ever think Jay-Z would be this big? Hello? Did you ever think that Jay-Z would become this big?
Honestly, nah. I mean, I thought Jay-Z was gonna blow. I thought he was gonna be a dope rapper. But this big, I didn't really see it because Jay was always super quiet. He was always so quiet.
Yeah, like an introvert. Yup.
But I'm happy for him, man. I'm just so proud that he's so successful and he's doing this thing, man. Because I remember when I first heard him, I heard him with Jazz O, and I was like, this dude is a problem.
You knew off rip. And this, and this, you Big Daddy Kane, top of the world, and you took the time out to see. And that's what it's about, man. When you know what I try to tell people is that I'm dedicated and I live for hip hop culture. And if I hear an artist, then I say, yo, the world gotta hear this guy or this female because they so dope. And even if I don't even make $1 off them, I want to see them get on so they can bring their contribution to the world. And that's how I feel, because when we grew up, it was really about culture.
Yeah. And I thank you for doing that, Joe, because Pun was a damn monster on the mic, man. I was such a fan of his lyrical skills. And let me tell you, man, Remy Ma, yo, she murdered that Annie Up remix, right?
Man, let me tell you something. The girl called me today talking about, yo, what's up with the studio? Because I'm up in New York. I'm like, studio? I thought you retired. So I pick up the FaceTime. She's like, yo, no. By the way, didn't you notice that I'm dead nice? And I'm like, yo, Graham, why are you talking to me like this with this knowledge on the phone? Like, I didn't know. You want me to book studio? Let's rock. And she started threatening me over the phone. And you know me, I was blessed enough to have those type of people around me. It made me better. Pun, Remy, Big L, these guys, they made me step my game up. You know what I'm saying? And like Lord Finesse, it's crazy because I would say, I'm not sure, but I would say you Lord Finesse's favorite rapper, and you and G-Rap was Pun's favorite rapper.
Oh, yeah, now I could hear I could hear the G-Rap was Pun's favorite. I could hear it in Pun,
Yeah, he loved y'all. He loved y'all too the most. It was you and G-Rap was his favorite artist ever. And then and Finesse. I could tell Finesse got influenced by Big Daddy Kane.
I love Finesse too, man. He's like a brother to me, man. We'll get on the phone to deal with like a 2-minute issue, And next thing you know, man, 45 minutes done blew by.
Yeah, he loves talking to you, man. Like me, the other day I held LL hostage. You know, that's my idol.
I know you love L.
Yo, I held him hostage. I had him, yo, L, this, that, this. And you know, we kicked it, but it was like a dream come true. Because you gotta understand, you guys the guys we look up to. So, you know, younger artists or whatever, they oh shit, Fat Joe, the OG. But y'all, even though y'all just a couple of years older than us, y'all our OGs. So when we're with you, we still feel like watching video music about when I want to get in the game. And there's a legendary story about you. I was watching Smooth Operator, and I remembered all I was seeing while you playing pool and all that was like, yo, I gotta get money. I gotta step my game up. I gotta get money. This guy's fly. He getting money. I gotta get to the bag.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Nah, that's beautiful. And look at you now, man. Look at you now, brother.
Yeah, man, we blessed, man. You know, I you know, today I got in the truck. I blasted Illmatic this morning. I streamed it, and then when it came on, and I just had a smile from cheek to cheek. And my Uncle Dan is like, yo, what's up, man? What's up with you? And I'm just smiling because I'm like, yo, I remember when Illmatic first came out, I had FloJo, but I didn't know what my future was going to be like. I didn't know where I would go, not just financially or whatever. And now I'm looking back and I'm listening to Illmatic and I'm like, damn, man, this is some fly shit to listen to Illmatic now while we're living a life.
Yeah, nah, that's like a lot of people use that term 5 mic album very loosely, but that is a 5 mic album, like in a real kind of way. I
think not even Nas, and it's no disrespect, no shots to Nas, my brother. Not even Nas knew what Illmatic was. Like that shit is just like from God. Like Illmatic, when you talk about that pure hip hop, from the beats to the rhymes to the, it's one line he said, we sing it all the time, and I'm like, yo, that shit don't even make sense. It's so fly. Like he was saying.
Nah, hey yo, Joe, that what you call it? Guess who got shot in the dome piece? Jerome's niece on the way home from Jones.
On the way home from Jones Beach.
Forget about it, man.
Stabbing women like the Phantom, headed to Indiana. Then I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, what is this guy talking about? And it's so fucking fly. Like, I'm like, yo.
And you want to hear a funny story? I
Yes,
met
sir.
Nas in Unique Studio after the album came out. And we talking, and I'm telling him how much I love it. And this dude is holding me hostage to ask, what do I think he did wrong? I'm like, I don't think you did nothing wrong. I think that album is amazing. I'm telling him, he was like, nah, but like, what could I have done different? You know? And I'm like, nothing. I don't see nothing that you should have done different. I think it's perfect. All right, well, what would you have done different? I'm like,
let me tell you something about Nas. I knew Nas about just before, maybe after, I think a little after he dropped the album. I remember I went to the album release party, and it was so crowded, Nas couldn't get in. And he was sitting across the street on top of a car. Like, I went to the album release, and it was that type of pandemonium for him.
wow.
That he couldn't even get in his own party. He was
dope.
standing outside like, yo, man, they say it's too crowded. I'm like, yo, it's your party. He's
wow.
like, yeah, they won't let me in. It's too crowded. And I was just like, damn, this shit, legendary shit. And I got to give props to my brother Showbiz, Born Lord. I remember Showbiz hit me up, and he said, yo, I need you to meet me. I need you to meet me. Where you at? And then he came pick me up. I think he had a BMW, and he just put the tape in. We listened to Illmatic in the car for the first time, and we was just looking. And I was actually scared because at the time, lyrically, FloJo was like, bust it, check it, watch how I wreck it. You know, Everybody knows Fat Joe. I knew the day had changed lyrically. So I knew from when I heard Illmatic for the first time, I said, oh, I got to step it up lyrically, or I'm not going to be around. The game done changed. And so I loved it so much, but yet it scared me where I was like, oh, shit, you got to get on another level. Otherwise, you're done. You know, and that's the type of shit you did, too, in your era. You were spitting so crazy that if somebody wasn't spitting that crazy, they was out of here.
Nah, but I mean, I noticed the change in you. I noticed the change. Like, I remember sitting with someone, and I remember saying to them, Joe sound like a lot different, man. Joe sound a whole lot different. It was when you did the LL joint, the I Shot You. That's when I noticed. I'm like, yeah, Joe somewhere else right now.
Yeah, you know what? You know, shout out to the track masters. I was in the studio and I was in the studio finishing my second album, and then they came in there and they listened to the album. They was like, yo, we got this joint for LL. You know, he's my idol. They was like, we want you on there. Got this girl named Foxy Brown. And for me, I never buckled. Like, anytime the greatest, whenever I did a song with the greatest, I always went for mine. I never buckled or felt pressure. I always did my best, you know.
Gotcha.
Even when I had to do joints with Eminem or Jay-Z or Nas or whatever, I never folded. It brings out, you know how you can watch the #1 team, Golden State was blowing everybody out, but one day they'll play Minnesota, who hasn't won a game, and then out of nowhere, Minnesota beat them because they playing at that same level. I feel like when I work with the greatest, I step up and I go towards whatever the competition level is. You know, my favorite rhyme I ever said in my life was me and Big L's The Enemy. And Big L, let me ask you, have you ever had another artist say, so Big L's my little brother. He was funny. I had just went gold with Don Cartagena. Primo did the beat. I'm in D&D. And he sits me down. He says, look, this Big L, I'm going to take all your fans. You just went gold. I'm going to rip you down on this record. If you do not step up, I'm going to take all your fans. So I had to write my rhyme looking at him in his face. He's clowning me. And to this day, that's my favorite rhyme I ever said in my life because he threatened me. Nobody else threatened me.
You know you get no
posse cuts. You knew Symphony. You knew these guys was gonna go ham. What was that like preparing that rhyme for Symphony?
I mean, you know, the song was originally supposed to be just me and G-Rap, you see? So knowing that I'm about to be on a song with G-Rap, you know, I'm already on my 1-2, you know, because, you know, G don't play, you know, so I'm already on my 1-2, you know, so I already had it, you know, in the chamber, you know. Like the day of the song, that's when we found out Master Ace was getting on it. We didn't know he was getting on until the day of the song. But,
wow.
Yeah, but he bodied it too, and Craig bodied it as well. You know,
everybody went crazy. That for a long time to me was the greatest posse cut ever. I think that was the prototype. That was the DNA, the blueprint of posse cuts. Everybody aspired to be that, from the scenario on to every other posse cut. So many times I got on songs and be like, yo, we're gonna rock together like a symphony type thing. Like for years, everybody, if I did John Blaze or whatever, everybody would be like, yo, a symphony type thing. Let me ask you a question. You still, like before COVID, I was watching you do these shows where you still doing the split. How long you gonna keep pulling this off?
till Arthur tell me no more. You know what I'm saying? When that arthritis tell me sit your black ass down, I chill. But as of now, If the fans want to see it, then damn it, they're gonna see it, man. You
No,
know?
they gotta see it. I'm talking about the actual dance moves where
I
you
know.
might
That's why I just
die
said.
in that fucking dance move. Rapping, I think you should rap as long as somebody paying you a
No,
nice bag.
I'm talking about the dancing. No, if the fans want to see it, then damn it, they're gonna see it. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, they want to see it. That's a lot of pressure though, Kane, because even me, man, you know, I get up sometimes, I feel the little bones be hurting me and shit like that. And I be like, damn, I rock too many stages, you know what I'm saying? And I done jump up at that. And I'm like, you gotta do it though.
No, I love it. You know, it's like it's just a passion in me when my fan base get excited and they rocking with the song. It's a passion in me. I mean, I promise you, there's nights on and days, you know, when Arthur be leaning on my back, man, like, nah, B, it ain't happening today. That arthritis is a mother joke.
Oh, that arthritis, that's
Yeah,
Arthur.
yeah,
Yo, let
Arthur.
me tell you something, Kane. There be
Yeah.
times I go to do a show, a concert, and I'm in the hotel, and I gotta take that shower and get dressed, and I be like, damn, before I go, I'm like, once I'm on stage, it is what it is. I'm rocking the crowd is love. We feel this adrenaline we can't feel nowhere else. But it's times I take that shower, I throw my clothes on, I be like, damn. And sometimes I be like, yo, what the fuck is Slick Rick saying right now? What is Big Daddy? Slick Rick told me the same thing. He's like, yo, I love it.
Yeah.
I said, yo, Rick, you ever felt like your bones hurt or something? Like, he's like, yo, I love it.
Yeah. I have fun, brother. I have fun, man. You know, I mean, because it's like, you know, like these are people that's saying that you got them through high school, you got them through college, you inspired them to do this, to do that, you know. So, you know, you really want to give them the best show possible. At least that's the way I am. You know what I'm saying? I want to give them
Yeah,
the
me,
best show possible.
I'm even deeper than what you're saying, yo, Kane. I do the show. One thing happens. While I'm performing, wherever I'm at, and the people are singing the words with me, I think about when I was 10, 11 years old, writing in my mother's kitchen. And forest project, that's one thing happens to me every fucking show. Like, I don't care if I'm in Yugoslavia, New York, wherever. I remember that somewhere in the show, me writing my first rhymes on the kitchen table. Number two is I get so grateful. And I look at everybody and I say, damn, man, these people worked hard, 9 to 5. They got their clothes together. They got their hair done. They feeling fly. And I'm like, damn, these people paid a lot. While I'm performing, I think about the transition of they did their hair. They chipped in all week to go. Like, I become so appreciative on stage when I look at everybody. I be like, man, they really, really took the time out to come see me.
Yeah.
Do you go through that too?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to, you know, I mean, I don't know what year you started, but
9-3 professionally.
9-3. Okay, well, you know, my first album came out 88. You know,
Trying to
my
set
first single
things
came
straight.
out 87. So it's been like 34 years for me. You see what I'm saying? And to think that, you know, 34 years, people still coming to check you out. People still coming to see you perform. People still screaming. You know, people asking for photos. You know, that's a blessing, man. And
How crazy is
I
that
don't
though,
miss you.
Kane? Right? Like we you know, we live in a real world, in a real life, where 34 years later, that like even Fat Joe, 34 years later, see Kane come on and I knew you was coming on, and I start smiling like, oh shit, he's really here. Like that got to be humbling, huh?
No, absolutely, man. You know, because I mean, even though you came out after me, I'm still a big fan, man. You know, I mean, you know, I'm still a big fan. You know,
Thank
I
you.
admire your body of work and your hustle, man. You know, you're very, you know, and your Instagram, you know, I mean, it's very inspirational, man. You know, so I mean, you know, cats like you, Nas, you know, Snoop. I mean, y'all brothers are so inspirational, man, and I enjoy watching y'all shine and do y'all thing. Even with
Thank
the
you.
young cats, man. You know. Like I remember someone was saying something to me about the Migos one time, and I guess they, you know, had an issue about the way they rhyme, da 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 da. And I'm sitting there talking to them. I'm like, you know, I mean, you got to feel like you feel, but I mean, honestly, I think them niggas look fly as a motherfucker. You know, I mean, you know.
You know what I say, and I don't want nobody to kill us because the real OGs and everybody's on here. I think Migos is this era's Run DMC. That's just the way I feel. Like they're the super group of this era that lasted. They going like on 7, 8, 10 years. That don't even happen with new hip hop. People get a couple of songs, they hot for 2, 3 years. They on an 8 to 10 year run, and it's a group. They together, just in a weird way. Whenever I hear the Migos or see them, I'll be like, yo, to me, they the new school Run DMC in their own way. They music don't sound the same or whatever. I just think in 20, 30 years.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, in 20, 30 years, when they turn around and evaluate this time, they're gonna look at them like they Run DMC of this era.
That's because they're innovators. You know, that whole like mumble type style that everybody is doing, and the one of the main flows that everybody ran with was created by them. You know what I'm saying? So they're innovators. You know what I'm saying? So that gives them state power because, you know, it's like as other people run and branch off with what they created, it's putting, you know, making them stronger and giving them more life, you know? So I mean,
yeah, I've always looked at them like that. I've always looked at them like, yo, these guys are real. Because people don't understand, right? And this to the fans, because the fans, they could be critical as a motherfucker and don't know motherfuckers spent 2, 3 years on an album, nights and nights and perfecting shit. They'll be like, right? And what I say to them is, let's just say Rick Ross. He put Hustling out. I myself, Fat Joe, did not know if Rick Ross was going to be a one-hit wonder or be Rick Ross that he is today. And so when that album came out, I said, oh no, this guy's serious. He's here to stay. This guy. And the next album came out, I was like, oh no. This guy's here. Get used to him. He's going to be around. And so people don't understand how lucky or blessed you are to just have one hit. One hit is a dream come true. But to stay around and keep having hit records,
yeah,
that's not.
I mean, just think about the last versus battle, Earth, Wind, and Fire versus Ozzy. How many hits those cats got? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I understand the state power and the power of longevity. You know, I mean, it's something that, you know, yeah, it's an amazing thing if you can last that long. You know,
man, that Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Ozzy, but yo, that battle had me fucked up. Like, I mean, like, it was probably one of the great. You know what I said? It's great that we talking about this, and you're a living legend. I said that was the greatest battle I have ever seen in my life that night. I'm talking about rap, too. I'm talking about rap, R&B, but I'm talking about rap. I'm talking about Kumo D, Busy B. I'm talking about, I don't give a fuck. That was the biggest
I wouldn't
shit.
I wouldn't go that far, but I think that was the best versus battle.
That was my opinion.
Yeah.
They had so many fucking hit after 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 hit after. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
In different decades.
Bro, the boy said, you make me want to shout, run it home, I want to shout. This is the shit we see in like the Warriors and this shit. I mean, the records they were doing, what's the thing? You're a shining star. No matter, I'm not talking about, these records was like, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry, like they was like, I'm sitting there like.
Nah, the realism, Joe, is like this here. How many people you know can say I had the #1 record in 1959 and I had the #1 record in 2001? Shout is 59, Contagious is 2001. Who can sit there and say something like that?
Nobody. And they wouldn't run out. They would not run out. Like so me, just 28 platinum albums, they right. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I just couldn't believe so much good music, so much hits, so much. I lost my mind in that battle. That's the one battle. I loved all of them. But that one, I lost my mind on there. Because, you know, we sample, we rappers, we sample the music. You know, this shit was incredible, bro. It was incredible.
I mean, I lost my mind too. Like, that was my favorite verses that I've seen thus far. You know,
to me, right? That's what I thought.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
I was just like, what could you do? Like, you can't get better than this. Like, this shit was just too much. Like, I was just like, I couldn't take it. I'm telling you the truth, Kane. I was sitting down. I could not take it. I was like, yo, this is too incredible. This is too great. This is phenomenal. I could not believe it. And I know everybody keep asking you and you tired of answering this question or whatever, but are we talking about a versus with Big Daddy Kane?
I don't know, man. You know, they tried to make it happen with Rakim and couldn't pull it together. They tried to, well, I don't know. I mean, with the KRS-One thing, I'm not sure if they were really, you know, that, you know, I'm not sure if they were like really that interested in that one. I mean, me personally, I think that would be a great battle. I think that me and KRS-One would be a great battle. You know,
that would be phenomenal. That would be phenomenal. Like me, they keep coming back at me with people I don't think I match up right with. You know what I mean? And I don't want to just do it to do it. I love the verses. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I thought it should be me and 50 Cent because of the history. We both got hits. That shit would be must-watch TV. They throw, I don't want to say who because it never happened, but they throw a couple of other rappers like, Joe, you and such and such. Joe, I'm like, yo, we're not even from the same era. It just don't match up right. You know what I mean? And if I matched up right, I would do it. If it was somebody who had the same amount of time as me in the game and hits, then it would make sense. I don't want to do it just to do it.
I understand. No, I mean, I'm here for it. You know, especially if you was gonna do it with 50, I'm here for it with whoever.
Yeah, but you sound like me. You sound like me. Like if it's the right battle, whatever that be, or the right verses, it'd be great. You want to do it. But if it's somebody don't make sense.
Well, with me, either Rakim or KRS, they both make sense to me. You know,
any one of those
I can't make nobody battle me.
Or any one of them battles would be legendary. And then, you know, when you look at history, you know, like we looking at the Osleys and them. I mean, y'all would, it would be another one of those legendary. It would be y'all. Everybody would be here for that. Big numbers.
Well, personally, I know that the people want to see, you know, me and Rob. You know,
they do.
I mean, you know, I can't make nobody battle me. Now with the KRS-One thing, like I just see that being the more exciting one because I know if I said, yo, Chris, fuck these records. What if we do, you know, some of this here stuff, we just go back and forth against each other on some real battle stuff. Chris gonna be down. You know what I'm saying?
He down 1,000,000%. You know that.
He gonna be down.
1,000,000%. And that's what they scared of. They scared of, you know, it turned into like some real battle shit where y'all just going lyric for lyric for lyric. They want to stick to that 20 song and out.
I mean, let's entertain the fans though. Let's make it more exciting, man. You know.
Yeah, man. I gotta snoop around and shout out to Swiss and Timberland, man. They did something so epic, so big. They got with the Triller app. They gave the artists that participated equity in verses. Incredible that came, you know, hip hop rose up from nothing, from oppressed people, the whole culture. And so that the fact that everybody's in the house is COVID, nobody could do nothing. Then they brought up some shit that nobody would ever see in their life. Babyface against Teddy Riley? Gucci Man against Jeezy?
Yo, can we talk about that Babyface for a second? Yo, the dude that played keyboards and sing all them love songs, I would have never thought in a million years would come battle ready. Yo, his talk game was so gangster in that battle. His talk game was
gangster. That's what I was saying. Nobody noticed this Babyface talk game.
Yo.
Them darts, he was shooting them shits out there, legendary. I'm like, yo, did he come? Did he? Yo, he's talking that shit.
Yeah, I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm like, nah, Teddy got too many fast songs. And Teddy hit him with a fast banger, and then Babyface just start, you know, that's cool. I mean, but you know, after that you get all sweaty, and then, you know, when you go home, you want to relax, and then you know, my man just pops in. He's like, yo. Yeah. Shout out to Face, man. Your talk game was amazing.
Yo, let me tell you something, man. Babyface hit me up the other day. I almost died. He just congratulated me on the song I got out now and told me, yo, you inspired. Yeah, I can't make this shit up. Yeah, Kane, I almost fainted, man. You know, I know every ad-lib. He's on my top 5. Babyface, the R&B singers of all time. So it goes Luther, Michael, Stephanie Mills, Babyface, and then the 5th one varies. Some days I feel like Sade, some days I feel like El DeBarge. But I'm saying he's on my top 5. So when he congratulates me, I almost died. I was like, no fucking way. Babyface knows who I am. Like I lost it like that. Shout out to Babyface. It was his birthday 2 days ago. Love you, bro. Love you.
Yeah, happy birthday, Face.
Yo, Kane, where could we see the podcast at? How could we see it? What's the name of it? I need everybody to know exactly what this podcast is.
Yes, it's called Did You Hear the One About Big Daddy Kane? And it's me telling a whole bunch of stories throughout my childhood growing up, throughout my career and everything. And you can find it, it'll be available on Apple Music.
My brother, we love you, Kane, man. Thank you so much for coming on here. God bless you, your family, man. You know we love you. Everything you've done for hip-hop. Thank you, Kane.
Much love, Joe, man. Much respect to you, man.
Number love, my brother. Thank you.
Peace.
Bye-bye. There you have it. It's the Big Daddy Kane, and it ain't no half-stepping. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop acting like this normal shit. Like Big Daddy Kane is all over the place. He ain't talking to you. Big Daddy Kane not talking to you. You don't know who I know. You don't know who I know. You don't know who I know. Big Daddy Kane ain't talking to no mumbo jumbo guys. Are you serious? Gets the whistle. He gets the whistle. This Big Daddy Kane. Are you nuts? I'm in the Apollo Theater. Big Daddy Kane, he comes out the sky. It's a thing, he's sitting on a swing like a Roman with 2 girls, one on each side, coming down from the sky. Like a Greek god. I walk to the magazine stand. He's in a book with Madonna, naked. Don't act like you see Big Daddy Kane every day. Are you crazy? Follow Big Daddy Kane in his podcast. I'm sure it's going to be the most amazing stories in the world. And you have to understand, we're blessed to have these podcasts. We're blessed to hear from the horse's mouth. The reason I started doing this was because I started seeing documentaries on hip hop on TV, and the facts were totally wrong. And then when I seen the ending, the credits, who executive produced it, I said, man, these guys are changing hip hop history to make it suit their narrative, to sound like they did. That's bullshit. And that's why I bring brothers like Big Daddy Kane, Rakim on here. Carry everybody. You name, I bring them on here so they can tell their story. Not somebody else, smart addict, guy with a bow tie, bullshit and tell some mumbo jumbo. That's why I do this. That's why I bring you the real. This ain't no regular shit. I would love to see that versus Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One. That would be amazing. And so listen, y'all, Fleazy. Check this out. Let your darkest moments bring your most clarity. Let your darkest moments bring your most clarity. Meaning, you ever been through something, a bad time, whatever. If your friends ain't with you, if your family ain't holding you down, make a note of it. So when you bounce back and you up, don't let these people around you and occupy that realty. I tell you this every day. Anybody makes a mistake, only a fool makes it twice. Jeff Aronson, and see, I got your boy Big Daddy Kane on here. Eat Philly was good, bro. Yeah, that's a lesson learned. It's happened to me. It's happened to Fat Joe. I went through my problems. I had the taxes. Nobody called me up and said, yo, Joe, you need something? You want to hold something? All these friends, I got everything. I'm not mad. I wouldn't take nothing from nobody anyway. The ones that did tell me, yo, brother, please let me give you something. I said, bro, that's not me. I don't get down like that. I'm good. And they were very few. But the ones that did, I still ain't taking. Shout out to my brother E. Philly. He was one. Pitbull, it's a real one. Pitbull hit me up. I went and met with him. He's like, brother, please let me give you whatever you need. Whatever it is, I said, I don't need it. You my brother. I love you and I thank you for offering it to me. Because my darkest moments brought the most clarity. Shirley Jones of the Jones Girls, Detroit in the building. But you want me, I didn't really like these guys no more. MC Search was good. Sorry about your dad, Search. God bless your father. God bless your family. God bless you and your contributions to the game. Big Daddy Kane talked all about the podcast. Thank you. And the next one is put God first. Believe in God. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's a sinner. But you have to believe in God through good and bad times. You can't just go through something bad and start praying and no, man. Even when it's good, thank you, God. Thank you so much, God. And for everything. I tell you, sometimes I got the plane I always say over Africa to make it a bigger movie. You know, y'all do. People tell me I'm the greatest storyteller in the world. But forget Africa, Asia, and the plane going like this. And I tell you, I'm terrified of the plane. I still fly. I thank God that he allows me to face my fears. But every time I fly, every kilometer of a second, I am terrified. But when I'm on one of them flights where the wings look like they doing jumping jacks and shit is like, and for sure I'm dying. I say, God, thank you. Thank you, God. You gave me a beautiful life. I do want to make it out of here, God. The plane is going like this. I do want to make it out of here. I really want to see my family, God. Please, I got more work to do on this earth. But if not, thank you. You gave me a blessed life. And so God is in the good and the bad times, guys. It's nothing like God. Peace, y'all. We the biggest in the game. I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know who's coming tomorrow. Chances are legendary.